Hey YouTube, Danger Rates here. I've been playing loads and loads of Remnant. I think I've gotten a lot of items and stuff where I can confidently make video after video, especially on things that I want to do. And this is my current build that I fell in love with. I call it 3 Flavors of Grace. So I'm going to show the setup right now. This is what I had on, and this isn't even the optimal setup. Then this right here is sort of what I normally would use, and here are my traits. So the setup, quote, is really just Stone of Malevolence and Burden of the Follower. Burden of the Follower, it takes your fire rate down by 15%, but it gives you 50% mod generation, and Stone of Malevolence gives you mod generation depending on elemental damage. So we're really just using the flame bullets, the electric bullets, and the corrosive rounds, the corrosive bullets, and just shredding stuff. The mod generation comes back so quick, so fast, because you're always doing some type of elemental damage. On top of that, if you really want to top it off, you have the nebula in your back pocket. The nebula you get from Tal Ratha by fighting the real physical version of Tal Ratha. When he asks this, like, oh, you wanna, jump inside my mouth? Well, you say no. And when that happens, you'll fight his physical version, and for the reward, you'll get Nebula, which is an incredible, goofy handgun. The mod is simply outstanding, and normally I would only use it for the mod anyway. But I mean, it's a nice little gas gun. Back to the main attraction. I use this on the Bulldog shotgun, and it's ways to get that reticule like really small. You can use the point focus ring, plus have a fragment that reduces spread, and you can just get that reticule so small and use like the electric bullets, and it comes out like a laser. It's just shooting. It's just amazing, just straight shot, no spread shooting, and it's so dope. And it's other ways, of going about this, because really it's just the 2 rings to get you the mod generation. Normally I would use Archon at first because you get passive mod regeneration as well, but I don't really think you need to do that. Now, I have noticed that if I run Medic and Challenger with this, it takes me a little bit to get my mod generation back. Like, it doesn't always happen instantly, but I think that's normally because it's not a lot of enemies around. But there's a lot of enemies around, and you run this on just about any archetype, because you can run it on any archetype, then you'd have like no problem just keeping 100% uptime, and it's so dope. It's just so much fun. And as you can see, I normally play without showing damage numbers, and that's because I just don't like a lot of stuff on my screen half the time, and I like enjoying myself. I don't play on Apocalypse daily and things like that, but I can definitely show this build going against things in Apocalypse, because at the same time, like, it works. It simply just works solo in a group. It's just a fun way of doing damage. It's probably not the highest damage. It's not a Crescent Moon build. It's not Hugs, Hunter and Gunslinger, but it's fun. And that's what I like doing with my builds, just being fun. I also have, as a mutator, Twisting Wounds. And as you can see, I went back to the ward and turned on my damage numbers so that you can see damage numbers. And this was with the setup that wasn't even ideal, because earlier I had Burden of the Divine on because I was doing a little healing build. But then I go to the Red Throne on Apocalypse, as you can see at the top right. Red Throne on Apocalypse, and just shred. Yes, again, this is without the ideal setup, but look at it. This is just numbers. Just numbers, and it's doing wonders. I love it so much. And then after that, I put on the flame bullets with that setup going on, the usual setup that I would normally wear, and that just does numbers. Normally I would also put on, I think it's Burden of the Gambler, which takes away your weak spot damage, or weak spots in general, and you just do 20% more crit damage and extra 10% crit chance, because those numbers are just I had like 1044 once or something like that. It's the numbers are huge. This right here is the setup of that setup right now, which is my optimal setup. But you could go about this so many ways. You could use this on so many different guns, and it's just such a fun way to play. It really is. I enjoy it so much. It's been my bread and butter since I've kind of like cooked it up, and you can make it do so much more. I was saying that I was using the Twisted Wounds mutator because it just does so much damage. But with the abrasive whetstone. But there you have it. 3 flavors of grace. I truly hope that you all enjoy it because I have been, and it's just a fun build. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Take care.